Well, prepare yourself, guys. Welcome to another episode of Talking Through the Media, your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. We got a full panel for us tonight on a Saturday, and I'm happy to introduce these guys. Let's get right into the introductions now. Hopefully, I pushed the right button here. There we go. All right. So starting off to my, like, you guys should see it like right here, maybe below. Now we'll start off with Motor City Nerd herself. Abby, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk about this stuff tonight.
Outstanding. And also joining us for the first time ever on the show, welcome Andre. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. What's going on, man? I'm super excited to be here with you guys, and can't wait to jump in and talk about.
Outstanding. And always the right-hand man himself, Mr. Inspector Gadget, Robert Reed. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
What's going on, man? Glad to be here on Saturday.
Outstanding. Okay, guys, we're gonna, like I said, we are gonna get into some topics, some entertainment news, things like we always do. As we do on this show, we're gonna give our little opinions about it. If you guys want to share your questions, comments, concerns, hit us in the box below. Let us know what you guys want to talk about, and as far as the topics that we are discussing, let us know your thoughts on those as well. I'm watching the chat. I might not be able to pop it up on the screen, but I am monitoring, so bear with me, guys. I'll try to get that working as well. But if you want to support the channel, do so. You can send a super chat if you so choose to. We really do appreciate it. It does help us out. Follow us on all the socials. And as I always say, let's keep talking. So we're going to start off with the first topic of the night, which is, guys, Netflix. Mighty Netflix raising their prices again. It's been within a year. Been like, what, 3 days since they last upped their prices, and they're doing it again. What are your thoughts on it? Who wants to go first? I'm ever so pissed, but who wants to go first on this one?
I'll just say it. What do you have to make me keep paying more money? What do you have? Stranger Things is taking 6 years to come out.
Uh-huh.
I got a bunch of DVDs. What am I getting here? What am I getting already?
As a perfect way to put it. I mean, it's just weird that I feel like maybe it's because I just can't find the unsubscribe button. I'm just like, you know what? Just take it.
Yeah.
The things that they do have, some of them are really good, but I'm like, is it worth the price? Do you have the catalog to raise that again? Or are you going to keep cramming live sports down my throat? Like, that's going to work out.
I think it's just like, I'm sorry, did I cut somebody off right now?
No, go ahead. You're good.
No, I just think it's like, so what they acquire the rights for WWE Raw, right? So that's on Monday nights now. People keep tuning in to these like weird Jake Paul fights, right? So I guess like they're using this for bargaining shit. But however, like you point out, like after that, right? Because that's 1 day a week, and the Jake Pauls are like once every 2 years. Like what's on the catalog? Like they don't have The Office anymore.
Right. No, like, they don't even have little basics like that.
No, like what are we paying for exactly? And like their originals, like they do this thing where they have great originals, and then out of nowhere they'll just cancel them. So, yeah. Or whose ever idea was it to say like, let's bring back that 70s show, but only bring back the principal cast for like one season? Was like, what are we doing? So they don't have.
Why didn't it work out? I don't know. Maybe because people tuned in for one thing and you gave them another. I get mad at Netflix when I'm like, I'm sure your originals, they do some really good original stuff, but then I'm like, you're constantly cramming it down my throat. Everything that you're promoting to me is something you made, and I just don't have the time for all of it. So then I wait to go, well, what is everybody watching on social media? Because I don't trust your little number system.
Yeah.
I do think you touched on a point there, the bait and switch, right? Nobody likes the bait and switch when you see it. Like if you can see, wait, someone just got me with the bait and switch, it automatically makes you angry. You feel like you've been cheated. So I do think, their catalog support a pay increase? That I don't know. But one thing I have seen, companies started, they're looking at the start of 25 and they're thinking, guys, we need, they're looking at it from a corporate level. We need to keep our shareholders happy. We need to show, increased revenue and increased profits this year over last year, because that's always the SOP, right? Is we need to show increase over last year. And, when they had some of the COVID bump of numbers from COVID, because, everyone was, hostage to their TVs because there was nothing else to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're looking at these numbers and they had all this profit from there, and they're setting all these budgetary items of, we need to show this increase.
Yeah.
That is not realistic. That type of growth isn't continual, is not realistic, and is became this inflated expectation of what type of revenue and profit they could do. So now they're, that COVID bump is over, and everyone experienced that slump last year. So now they're like, hey, with some of our budgetary items, we may have overspent. We're trying to recoup. We're trying to show our stakeholders and all that stuff that we are truly this profitable, as opposed to this inflated margin number that they previously see. So, they're grasping at straws. Where can we generate more revenue? And I think this is the quick instant fix of, hey, we can automatically show this bump to our bottom line just by this. And in their mind, their catalog justifies it.
I definitely think the WWE thing that's huge.
I was literally about to say that. They're going to be
huge.
like, I fucking dare you. I dare you to cancel. You're never going to see Raw again. If you unsubscribe and then try to resubscribe later, it won't work. I fucking dare you.
That's huge. I forgot about that. I forgot that they were doing WWE, and I'm like, oh no, that's an enormous market. So that's
for sure.
really smart. But for other things, I'm like the Jake Paul fight didn't even work.
I remember I tweeted that. I said, let this happen when I try to watch Rhea Ripley on Monday Night Raw when that debuts. I will throw my TV through their window. I better not
I
miss.
have more faith in the WWE fan base than I do of most I think they could do anything.
Yeah.
They can get anything done.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, that they're gonna let you know, and they're gonna come to your throat if you mess it up.
They can move mountains.
I'll totally agree on that. I think that's probably what they're basing this like pay increase on, is solely on the WWE audience, because
Mostly,
because like they're an audience where I should say like we're an audience, because I'm part of that audience. That like this is so crazy. Like I don't know if you guys seen WrestleMania tickets, but they're bananas. But somehow people are paying for these tickets, right? So they'll sell out like arenas, and like if you could like tell your stockholders like, hey, look we've got this company that has like guaranteed millions upon millions of viewers that come over
millions. Oh, sorry.
In millions.
I thought you were setting me up for.
You know what? That would have been a great pun, and I did. You beat me to it. I don't know what happened. I think that's
a rock reference, by the way, for all you non-believers.
But and WWE is powerful because, like, we built actors, people who are now actors, right? The Rock, Batista, Cena, and so if you could kind of say like, hey, we have like this I guess like acting development farm that's part of our network now. Right. Like we're going to profit off of this. I guess that's what they're using to explain their price hike. I don't like it personally, but what are you going to do? Like you're kind of like one of those things.
And
that
honestly,
I think
if they focused, you're absolutely right. I think if they focused on, they could not in a bad way. I mean, it's been like own somebody's career at this point where it's like, okay, well, are you big on Raw? Well, now you got a new series that we're going to produce for you. Now you got a movie we're going to produce for you. That's all. You can make that all internal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me the carrot before you give me the stick. Right. So,
it depends on what your kink is. I mean,
yeah, but with this, I mean, it would have been nothing for them to do some sort of promotional, like, hey, look at all of our exclusive content.
Yeah.
Look at what we're adding for 2025. You drop that before you hit us with, oh, yeah, by the way, there's going to be a price increase in 25.
No, you're absolutely right. If they would have went like and I know this isn't a thing, but if they were just like, we're going to have Stranger Things, we're going to have Cobra Kai, we're going to have if all of that, if we didn't have that already, and that was all getting announced with WWE with a pay increase, I'd be going, okay, I'm semi-happy.
Or at least, at the very least, create another tier. Like if you want to add live programming, you have to pay for the next tier up or something like that, because that's something that they're introducing. But it's like they're doing it the other way, like you said, the carrot and the stick. It's like, well, we've just updated our software to now include live shows, and that costs a little bit more money for us to manage. So that cost is going to have to come down to you. They're not even giving, as far as I know, in tiers, that they're not even giving the consumer a choice. Maybe there's non-wrestling fans who don't care about the live streaming stuff. They just want to watch Stranger Things and Cobra Kai and wants to keep it to the basics. But maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe there is a lower tier where if you pick the basic tier, then you can't watch.
I'm pretty sure the last time I checked, all it said was, because I was like changing my card. I was changing payment something, and I was like, okay, you literally go $7.99 for just basic something, and then 20 something. Is that it? I don't know, but it was like just two things. It wasn't like with Hulu when you could be like, I want this and this, and I'm good. It wasn't like that. It was just like $8, $30 or something. And I'm like, just
no. I think it's now like they don't give you much of a choice. I think it's like $8 is like you're gonna get Netflix, but I think you're getting Netflix with ads, right? And then the next bump up is like no ads, like right. Which is, but from on a television and like film aspect of it, I mean, like I think they should like kind of get your house in order, right? Like I'm glad that WWE's there, but you're a film and television like app, like, and you keep canceling like Cobra Kai and Stranger Things are the outliers of this, right? Because they've been around the longest of the originals, right? And Cobra Kai, it's its own animal because it began on YouTube, first of all, but like that's another discussion. But I think like they need to like figure out what you're doing as far as like cinema, because that's your thing. Like I'm glad you're adding this new thing on, but like my distrust with Netflix is I can't get invested with any of their properties because I know they're gonna like it may or may it's not gonna come back. So I think like they should really like again, thank you for this new shiny toy, but can you please fix this one first?
Yeah. Before you give me this new shiny toy, can you pick up this dirt that you dropped yesterday, please?
Rule one of sales, right? Build value in your product.
Yeah.
Well, they're just asking us to trust them. They're like, just trust us, and we're like, but why?
Like the used car salesman.
Yes, and that's how it feels.
Great car.
Yeah.
Hey, no, the used car salesman, isn't that the guy that's always like with the toothpick in his mouth? Hey, take it up with consumer affairs, okay? He's twirling that toothpick. And what Brianna Jasmine in the chat says, I'm gonna cancel before the price hike. I'm finishing my show now. LOL. I can go weeks without using my account. That's what what is that called again when you cancel but then you come back when your show comes back or something? I forget. There's a term for that now.
I didn't know there was a term for that.
I didn't know.
I'm guilty of it several times.
Oh, I'm gonna have to Google it. I mean, you know what? Hey, like, wait, this is talking through the medias. We gotta get let me figure this out.
Maybe that's why they stopped like
canceling your Netflix subscription, but then returning when your show comes back.
There's just not enough to keep me entertained.
There's not.
There's really not where I'm, and then like I said,
churning. Churning.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
There we go. Are you a churner?
Probably.
Rob's like, yes. Raise your hand in the chat if you're a churner, guys in the chat. If you're a churner, let us know.
Probably.
What's the show that's got you churning, and what app is it?
Wait, what? Do you want to know what I was doing with Paramount Plus? I just kept signing up with different emails and using the 5 days. I don't think I actually paid for it once, so I could watch Knuckles.
We here at Talking Through the Medias do not condone.
Oh, sorry.
Disclaimer.
Oh, that's best hack of
Don't
all
use
time.
6 fake emails to watch Knuckles. No.
Like damn, Abby, what are you, a rapper? Was you self-snitching on yourself on your next song?
Yeah, that is like the biggest like. That's the
Worth it. Knuckles was charming and fun.
Yeah, that's
I'm not gonna lie. I did a Paramount for Halo.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yes, no, I watched part of Halo too. There was something else there too where I was, because there's a reason I went back and I was like, well, damn it, I don't need the whole thing.
Yeah. And then it was like, all right, no, Halo's done. I'm out.
so. I definitely was doing
let's
it
see
for
what we
like
got
the
here.
Marvel stuff.
Sorry, Stan Jeffrey says Netflix is going to price itself out of customers and eventually have to shut down. Keep raising the price, and I will cancel and subscribe to something else. There you go. I mean, that's a very good way of putting it. You're going to price yourself out of the game, totally out of the game.
Especially right now.
Especially right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Right now. Well, maybe not right now because Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Chris needs to see mommy on screen.
WWE is definitely the adrenaline shot for this dying body of Netflix for sure, but they still have to address the other concerns because it's only gonna like as the WWE is like a shrill business, like they're gonna look out for themselves. So if Netflix dies, they're gonna be like deuces, and
I'm sure a lot of other people would jump on that.
Yeah.
Well, I think the test was when a couple of years ago when they were making that announcement that they were going to start cracking down on password sharing, and everybody felt like this is the thing. This is the thing that's going to kill Netflix because everybody does it. And it was always a thing. They overlooked it. They didn't really seem to care. But now they're going to start cracking down on it. Everybody's going to unsubscribe. But the thing that actually happened was it worked. A lot of people who couldn't share passwords anymore got their own accounts and numbers of subscribers went up and they had a better quarter. So it was like, that's just going to boost their ego. That's probably why they're like, I know we just raised their price 6 months ago. They got Rhea Ripley now. Let's do it again. I don't know. I just feel like they're feeling themselves right now. And
what's the timer? What's the magical number basically that the populace would sit at lacking content to where it's like, all right, we're sitting stagnant with no new content for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, and then they start seeing a tank of their subscription numbers.
That's a good question. Like, and the guys in the chat, what's that number that they can hit that's going to make you go, I'm out? Like, is it 25? Is it 30? Because now it's at 25. What is it? Is it 30, 35? What's the number?
I'm close to tapping.
So I think like they have to
tapping out at this point. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I think it's like they're going to have like this bargaining chip, right? Like it's kind of like the sales taglines, right? And so I think like if which we're going to talk about later on, but it's nominated. It's one of the nominees for the Oscar, and it's on Netflix right now. That's Emily Perez, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it were to win, then their advertisement and their whole thing is like, we have Oscar worthy stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, and like, like we're, cinephiles and like nerds and geeks, and we like bathe in this stuff.
We hate theaters, but somehow we get Oscars. What the hell?
Yeah. But the general viewer is going to be like, hey, there's Oscar stuff over here. And that's what they're going to like kind of spin on people on the reason why to keep the subscription.
They're going to change that sound effect from jun jun to cha-ching.
Yeah.
Well, every streaming service loves to put up their little thing on the title card, and it says, "Oh, Golden Globe nominee, Golden Globe winner, Oscar winner." Like that's all. Awards is always a big deal. But do you guys remember when like Roma was coming out and things on Netflix? I feel like that era was their best era.
Oh, for sure.
For awards season, I remember
like awards.
That
like
really did put them on the
like,
map.
I'll watch
Roma.
this thing I don't normally watch. I feel like that was like a bigger. I don't know. I think back on that time.
And to piggyback on that,
marketing budget.
Yeah.
True. To piggyback on that a little bit, I will say this: as terrible as Netflix is about marketing their content, because it's so many movies and TV shows. It's like, oh, did you see that thing? It was so awesome, and this happened, and she did this, and he did that, and this, and then there's this big explosion, whatever. And they're like, what are you talking about? That sounds awesome. I never heard a damn thing about. They are the worst when it comes to marketing. But
I don't know all I can say on here, but one of the funniest phone calls I've gotten in a long time was someone calling me and saying, so did you watch that End of the World movie yet? And I was like, what End of the World movie? And he was like, the one everybody's mad about because Mahershala Ali cucks a family. And I was like, what are you talking about?
And
he's like,
I know
Training
about
Day's
that movie, but
there.
now I'm gonna watch it now.
Yeah, I was
You've
like, what are we
just talked
talking
me
about?
into
I was
it.
like, you had me at Mahershala Ali, but now you're telling me he's taking over Ethan Hawke's family. What are we talking about? And it was that End of the World one that everybody was upset about. Yeah, and I was like, that was a really funny one.
That should have been on the damn poster.
Yeah, and he was like, did you watch this movie?
Mahershala Ali cucks a
I'm
family.
like, what movie? But
I mean,
waiting to be Blade.
Yes, patiently waiting. No, but I do feel
As
this
he
way.
watches.
I feel like they cut their. You're absolutely right about marketing, and they're just praying to God something goes big on TikTok, whether it's like made fun of or not. They don't give a shit.
Yeah,
They're just like, get eyes on it now. But I feel like they put a lot of money in the let's hope this pops off on the internet.
One thing I've noticed with their live programming for like when I'm watching Raw, they are, because I was like, okay, so this show is now going to still include commercials. Okay, so now they're getting that commercial money in. That's cool. And then the thing that I was hoping, as far if you're a Netflix executive, the smart thing to do, it happened. In the middle of the commercials, there was an advertisement for a random TV show or an upcoming movie exclusively on Netflix. I was like, perfect. You got all these eyes watching this wrestling event right now live. Advertise your shit. And they did it. I was like, there you go, Netflix. There you go. Finally, a marketing move that makes sense. So it's weird. They're getting that commercial money now, but they're still raising their prices. It's effed up to me though. It's kind of crazy. But that's capitalism, right?
Yeah, I will say this last. Not the last thing, but I will say this thing about them. It's like I feel like they were kind of late to the game. They were early to the game, but then they were late on it. But like they didn't buy out somebody's like catalog. I don't know why they didn't. They chose not to go that route.
They kept leasing it, and
they were leasing everything. But like how Amazon bought out MGM, right? So now they're in charge of James Bond. Like I don't know why.
Well, Netflix has made it. No, they really don't want to be in the movie studio business like that. And that's why a lot of directors are mad that their movies, their high quality and well made movies, aren't going to theaters. They only stay on it. So you're right. I agree. I don't know why they just don't do it, because it's been proven that when it goes to theaters, it does better on streaming when it has its theatrical run. It's been proven time and time again, but I don't know.
And I'm going to say this. I'm just going to say it. There are so many free things out there. People sleep on Pluto. People are sleeping on Pluto. There'll be gems on there. Half the time when I go searching, like, oh, is this streaming somewhere? Mm-hmm. There's like a 60 to 70% shot it's on Tubi or Pluto. And
100%. I'm sleeping on Pluto. 100%.
Pluto has some gems, specifically horror stuff. Like, is it the greatest sometimes? No. But more than one occasion, I'm like, oh, yeah, where can I watch this really quick? And I was like, oh, shit. Well, it's free.
Before we'll go on to the next topic, I'm going to show full screen of this real quick. Sorry, I forgot to put it up here. So here's a quick little timeline of, I don't know if it might be too small for everybody to see, but a little timeline of the price hikes. So you can't see it. I'll call it out for you. You guys on the podcast, you can't see it. So in 2012, you could get Netflix for around, there were tiers at like $8. There were some at close to $6. Around 2014, the first couple of price hikes came into play when it moved from $8 to $11.99. And then the highest tier was around $12.99. Around 2016, it stayed the same. The second tier went up to I'm sorry, that's still $11.99. It went to $10.99. Then by 2019, that went up to $12. The highest tier $16. In 2021, it went the mid tier went to $14.99, and then the highest tier $18. 2022, a year later, the highest tier was $20. The mid tier $16. The lower tier it's still at around $10. 2024. That's where we are. We're at 2024 right now. Highest tier $22. Mid tier is $14. Lowest tier is now that's the $11.99. And now 2024 to 2025, it jumped again from $22 up to $24.99. That's the highest tier. The mid tier went from $16 to $17.99, and the lower tiers are still at $11.99. So,
like it.
but that's 2 jumps for the highest tier. That's 2 jumps within 6 months of each other. It's ridiculous.
Now that you're saying these prices back, I'm like, do you want to know what? I feel like 16 to 18 is fair. They do have a lot of stuff, but God, it was $11 and we were all sharing our passwords and it was great.
Yeah.
Best of times.
You're paying $10 more to not share a password. The highest tier back in 2013 was $12. That is literally double. Now it's $25. Now it's 20. It went from $12 to $24.99. It's doubled within. 10 years. So it doubled in 10 years. Okay, I'll give it that. Maybe they felt like they weren't doubling it fast enough. Maybe they were like, we're really lagging on over these customers.
It kind of feels that way at this point. I feel like I'm watching a shitty magician that's going like, hoo, come watch my stuff, and we're like,
those multiple
literally
scars coming out of the guy's pocket, and the last one is his wallet.
Yes, no, that's exactly what's happening to us. And I'm like, I like some of your stuff, Netflix, but I don't know, maybe stop churning out 60 projects and do 10 good ones. Or stick to them. Stop canceling them on Andre. He really likes them.
And don't pass it off as inflation, Don't imply that this is inflation. When it's not inflation, it's you trying to up your profit margin.
Yeah. This is about not affecting their bottom line, their bonus monies and stuff like that. It's just like the whole when importers and exporters, they talk about that stuff when you increase the cost of shipping things in. Those companies, the company first has to eat the cost first, and so how are they going to get that money back? By increasing the cost to the consumer. They're not going to eat that cost. They're going to find any way by hook or by crook to never eat that cost. AMC does it all the time. Instead of doing more quality service and decrease the number of the 30 trailers that they put in front of you before the damn movie starts an hour later from when you bought your ticket when you first sat down. Instead of doing things like that, they go, let's just increase the price of the ticket. That'll save that'll make everybody happy. No, it makes the CEOs happy.
Right.
But,
it's only gonna go so far. Like the ocean is swimming with all these shark apps, right? HBO Max, like you have more of a reason, I feel like, to be streaming to HBO Max than you do at Netflix, because at least if Warner Brothers puts out a decent movie and you miss it in theaters, it's going to HBO Max and you can catch it there,
Yeah.
So, and there's like Hulu and, the Disney Plus Hulu bundle thing. And then, there's a lot of Disney adults. Like if you can't, like, you know what I mean? Like you got to have something. And Netflix is just dropping the ball.
Those bundle deals are pretty good too. Some of them.
They are good. And I will say this for Netflix, they have the best software for actually streaming. Like it's always smooth. I worked in a factory for 10 years. The service was shit. And I used to be watching stuff on my phone, whatever. But no matter what, if something else was messing up or I couldn't get the best service, Netflix was there for me.
They were always good at staying. Their slogan behind the scenes was, "We need to become HBO before HBO figures out how to become us." They knew that they had to, churn out those original content, so because they knew that Disney and them would stop licensing out their stuff and take it all back.
I'll even say this:
they're innovative.
I still think the Disney Plus app is a little clunky, use wise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, 100% it is.
Yeah, compared to I'm like Netflix, you have it down. Just we are all available, Netflix, to tell you what to do. So.
Yeah. Put us on the board.
Don't even get me started on AMC, Chris, and everything that they do wrong.
Yeah.
Let's see. Before we go off to the next topic, Brianna Jasmine says, I meant to churn after Bridgerton last year, but my siblings found out I had my account.
Yes. Somebody started Peaky Blinders, and now I can't cut them off.
Yeah. Damn it. So what else she says here? We can only hope Stan. We can only hope Stan. They're getting too cocky. Stan, who's that?
I feel that they're getting too cocky too. I feel like they're too big for their britches, and they're like, "We'll be fine," and then it's like, "You're not, though.
Yeah,
You're truly not."
I don't know who owns them or who owns the license to this show, but if Netflix were to somehow to acquire it, I think they would be unstoppable, and that's RuPaul's Drag Race. Like,
there you go.
If they had that, like, it would be over for everyone.
Yeah. No, that's huge. Yeah.
Yeah, Brianna was talking to Stan Jeffrey. I forgot Stan was in the chat. He says, if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't exist. Yes, Pluto and Tubi.
Pluto and Tubi. People are snoozing on it. Pluto, I'm also available.
You guys are sleeping on Pluto and Tubi. And Stan finishes it off with, the point is, it's all about the money. It's not just about the money. It's all about the money, not the customers. That's last thing that Stan had to say.
You can be all about the money, but can we just give a shit about like keeping people around to make it? Like, I don't know.
It's like Netflix is like that episode of The Simpsons when Homer owed the mob money and they showed up at his door and Marge answered the door and it's like was it Fat Tony said it's not really me. It's my wife. See, she says, where is the money? Why don't you have the money? Are you getting the money now? And so on. And so I continue. The money. Where is the money? So it's like, it feels like that. But guys, let us know what you guys think about this whole price hike thing. I know we went off on a lot. Like, I like it when we go off on these rants. That's why I keep them going. I don't like it. I don't like to stop. But let us know what you guys think, and in the chat or moving forward, if you guys are catching this after the live stream, let's share your thoughts on it. Are you a churner? Are you gonna churn, or are you gonna burn? Let us know if you're gonna just get rid of your account altogether, and or if you're just gonna keep it because Rhea Ripley. Come on, everybody loves mommy. Let us know in the chat, and as I always say, let's keep talking. All right, let's move on to the next topic, if you don't mind. Real quick, we brought it up a little bit earlier when we were talking about Netflix, but Disney. So I don't know if you guys remember when growing up, whenever Disney would advertise things like a sequel to a movie, Aladdin 2, classics like, Little Mermaid 5 and, the animated Lion King spinoff, things like that. They would always say, get this movie before it goes into the vault. It was always about this vault, right? And things, when they go in the vault, that's it. They're in the vault. They're gone forever.
It genuinely scared me.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. It's like, you thought it was going to be gone. So,
I'm never going to get Cinderella. It's never going to happen.
He's never going to come back. So the question now is, what happened to the vault? Because when Disney Plus became a thing, they implied that the vault was going to be wide open, that everything that they hid in that vault will be 100% accessible. Right. With Disney, with becoming a Disney Plus member. But that's not that's one of the things that's scary about streaming as a whole, because as physical media, is dying out little by little, and Sony is shutting down one of their last factories that makes physical media. We always thought that, it's on streaming, you can find it anywhere. But no, there's a lot of movies and TV shows that they're pulling from their services, and it's pretty much back in the damn vault. And they're gone forever for whatever reason. But what do you guys remember about the vault? What do you know about the vault? What do you think about the vault?
Disney, we demand to see the vault. Open the vault, Disney. I like how we are all talking about this vault as if it's
a physical thing.
It's a physical thing, Disney. I need to see you open the vault and what's inside.
How many of the dwarves do you have in there, locked in there?
Who's in the vault, Disney?
I thought it was real. There's been many a high C Ghostbusters Ecto Juice knocked over the table because they said something was going back in the Mom, Walmart.
Get it before it's in the
vault. Gotta get there.
We gotta get that DVD before Aladdin 7 goes away forever.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The car, Mom. The car.
The death of Genie.
We need this.
Yeah. I do think though, like, I have a crappy theory or hypothesis, if you will, but I feel like Disney, like now we know, of course, but I feel like Disney has owned so many fairy tales, right?
Yeah.
That in the way that how public domain works, I feel they believe like, okay, if we put this in the back and don't bring it up, nobody will know about it, and then it will give us a chance to re-copyright it or something. But like it's like one of those things, like, whereas if it's not seen, nobody else will make money from it. Like, I don't like. I remember there used to be like Steamboat Willie crap everywhere. Now he's just hardly brought up.
Steamboat Willie is underappreciated.
Yeah, he's gone now.
What
about you, Rob? Rob, do you remember the vault when they would advertise those commercials about this is about to go? Get it? It used to be a way to market and push it. Get this DVD.
It was a way to make money repeatedly, Robert, is what it was. It was a huge scam scaring the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it got kind of convoluted because I also thought it was like, okay, all of this IP that we own, you will be able to access this in continuity.
Yeah.
Like, this will be under, anytime you want any of this content, it's going to be on Disney Plus.
At your fingertips, yeah.
At your fingertips. And, you know, whether or not that was exclusively the way it was talked about, that was the way it was implied.
Yeah, 100%.
And now it's seeming like that is not the case. But that's one thing that irks me. The second that irks me is the fact that, okay, now what if they sit on some of this content and then they can market it to other streaming platforms? Hey, we can now sublet license this for a period of time to another streaming platform, and we can make this revenue off of this particular IP that was sitting stagnant in our library for a while,
right,
and wasn't really making us any revenue. But now we can market it out to another streaming platform, and it can generate us a little bit more revenue.
Well, listen, I think that's kind of what they did with Hulu, but it seemed like they were willing to do it, but only under streaming outlets that they controlled. But at the time, they only had partial control of Hulu, but then they fought to buy out the other companies that own it, like Universal. I think Comcast had some stake in Hulu as well. Disney had to fork out the cash to buy it out and control it. I think that's where they wanted to put their R-rated stuff on and play with it there. But now it's all merged under Disney Plus now. It's like, but Disney is never going to let their stuff go to other places ever. That's not unless they control it. Hulu is the furthest they'll let their little kid play outside in the front yard. They got a short little leash on all their content. Don't cross the street.
If another one of those streaming platforms offers them good money for some of that IP, piecemeal, they're not going to turn it down.
I mean, well, ever since
unless it's a power play.
I could see them doing that with the stuff that's merged from Fox for sure.
Yeah. A lot of the Fox stuff was only like meant for like the Hulu side of Disney. But then Disney decided to allow their R-rated stuff on Disney Plus proper with like a password. Like they were worried about it, but then they opened it up. The kids are gonna figure it out anyway. They'll figure out Dad's password. It's 5555. Yeah.
I mean,
boobies.
If they're smart about, I mean, like they're a freaking Fortune 500 company, right? They're pretty smart. But like, I think like if they were smart about it, like I think like clearly there's an audience for physical media, right? So I think like now if they reopened the vault and spoke about how like limited this
and all these VHS cassettes,
they could sell like those still book cases of Blu-rays and stuff, and people would like show up and buy them. You know what I mean? Like if they were really like, hey, this is not on Disney Plus, but you can get the Blu-ray right now. Like,
dude, there is TikToks right now of kids
the last release.
Yeah, what is limited release? Yeah, but there literally are TikTok videos right now of kids going, yeah, and my grandpa he walked up to this big old TV and he put this black square looking thing in, and then this movie played with this dog, and they it was a yellow dog, and they wouldn't let me finish watching it to the end for some weird reason. They said the dog lived happily ever after, but they never let me finish the movie. But it was weird. The movie played from that little black rectangle thing. What was that? They're never gonna open those. Those. Don't VHSs? Don't the film? Don't they like
Well,
die
they'll go
out or
bad.
fade out
Yeah, they'll go bad.
over some time?
Well, DVD can too, to an
Yeah.
extent, but that's like
Oh yeah,
it's
man.
got to be like exposed. But no, VHS is for sure.
Yeah.
Dude.
You gotta. Yeah. That's why that tracking dial. You have to keep.
Remember having to fix them?
Yeah.
God.
I used to charge you for not rewinding your movies. Be
Oh,
kind
yes,
rewind
that's
or
what-
we'll charge you.
I was talking about this the other day, and it's just like, remember when these things weren't as I feel bad for kids now. Not bad, like they have all this stuff at their fingertips. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But also, do you remember what it was like going to like your cousins or your friends, and you're like, I don't have that movie, but I know they do.
Yeah.
And maybe I can convince them to put it on. Like, and it was a special thing.
I won't. My mom won't let me watch the unedited RoboCop, but I know Rob's got it. I'll go to
for
Robert's house. He's got it.
No, for sure.
No, yeah, I think like now we're just talking. Now we're like there was like the social aspect, right, of like getting these Blu-rays, these DVDs and stuff, or even like Hollywood Video and Blockbuster always had like that wall of like what was it, like Clerks picks and stuff like that. Yeah, like the generation's kind of like missing it. I know like Disney tried to like do something like where you could do like you could share premieres or something like that, like share screens, right? But the kids will never know the joy.
Yeah.
Never know the joy of trying to sneak a R-rated movie on top of your parents' collection, and they're just like, I didn't pick this. Well, maybe you did. Just
Oh my God, that is exactly what happened. I have a funny Clerks story. I know since you're a Clerks fan, you got Chasing Amy behind you. That's exactly how I got introduced to Kevin Smith, was because our weekly visit to Blockbuster renting movies, and it was a real quick. I've told the story on the channel before, but this is real quick. It was a freak thing. It was the one small little advertisement that Miramax is it Miramax? Who owned it?
it was
when they played a Clerks commercial, this black and white commercial of the Clerks movie, and one joke that for some reason floored me. It was when the guy was like, "What do you mean there's no ice? You mean I got to drink this coffee hot?" And I'm like 13, 14 years old. I'm like, that joke shouldn't have been that funny to me, but it was. It killed me.
It was.
And every week that I went to Blockbuster, that movie, I remember from that commercial, that one line, and there's the movie, but I would never rent it. I would always walk by it. And then the next week, it took like 3, 4, 5 months after that was released on VHS for me to finally go, all right, I'm ready to watch this movie.
Yeah.
And it changed my whole life. I'm telling you, I've literally, me and my little brother laughed at I'll just say the 37 line for 30 minutes straight. We rewound that VHS tape that was nowhere near the vault at the time. We rewound it for 30 minutes straight for a 10-second joke. And I was a Kevin Smith fan ever since, but that was awesome. But yeah, I'm sorry, I went off on my little rant.
No, you're fine. I just love to think about the VHS days.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but no, they were kind of crappy, but they're special to me.
But well, let's open that vault up. But one thing I will say about the vault is this: it's something that they have been doing. Disney has been doing lately. That for certain topics and things like it makes sense. Like they will, times change. Things that used to be acceptable back in the day are no longer acceptable now. So then, when the political climate started to change and things that. Even though a lot of things were called out for being insensitive or racism or things like that, back then it was like, so what? Who cares? They didn't acknowledge it as much. But I thought that that's what the vault changed into, the thing that we can hide all of our from the dark times, or the things that the embarrassing moments of the Disney history, like the whole what's a good example? Dumbo, the Black Crows, the Zippity Doodah song. I mean, there's some history with these things. And so I thought that maybe that's what the vault evolved into, the thing to just, get, we don't want to just have to put disclaimers in front of all these things anymore. Let's just lock them up and pretend like they never existed. But no, the vault's back in full effect, and they're just throwing, this show didn't do good throw it in the vault, get rid of it, it's gone. So it's like, What the hell?
I thought before it was like I remember when I was younger, it was like old ones like Bambi and Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty, and then it was like the sequels and stuff. But I remember it being like, hey, you won't be able to get this old thing anymore. And then it was, no, we're doing it with everything. And then, like you said, it kind of evolved into, hey, don't remember Song of the South. That'd be really cool if we didn't talk about that ever again. And but
hey, listen, if Daredevil could fight his way out the vault,
well, that was the Netflix vault, wasn't it?
but here's what once Disney
who's got the vault?
like once Disney had it back, they weren't too sure if it was coming back. Like he was in there. He was him.
I'm excited for that, by the way, but we'll get into that another day.
Jessica and Luke Cage is still in there. They're just like
He's like, oh yeah, like yeah, I can see Daredevil pulling out Luke Cage and Jessica out there. He's like, all right, come on, guys, you stay in there, Iron Fist.
Oh yeah, he's in there for a while.
But I liked Iron Fist though. I liked it. I don't know. Back in the vault, Iron Fist.
I mean, like,
the one thing he can't punch his way out of, the vault.
Yeah.
The vault, the Disney vault.
The Disney vault.
You'll never get out. They're never coming out.
You can't.
But are they like pulling a lot from their catalog off the streaming service?
Oh yeah. It's that's what I'm saying. It's like the vault is back in full effect, and it's not. And it's not.
We're ramping it up again.
It's like if that's what it feels
Don't
like. It's
do
like
that.
it's like now. Back in the day, it was like I said, it was a marketing tool that they used to scare the crap out of us to get us to buy a bunch of movies. And now it's the dumping ground for the
So
thing.
do you think they're gonna make an upcharge for that? Maybe just like Netflix.
You mean after
$22.
Netflix was able to get their prices up? Maybe we should open this
vault.
vault.
Well,
oh my gosh,
there's a new Disney vault tier.
Why would you give them that idea, Abby? Why? No,
like,
no,
like, hey,
speak that into existence.
Do you like your stereotypical black crows? Well, if you open the visit,
right. She just said Beetlejuice 3 times.
Yeah. Oh my god! You pay,
Would it be if the crows were the advertisers of the commercial for the vault?
Oh,
like, if you want to see us,
all I know is
seen a lightning vault.
There are two things from Dumbo I always, after rewatching it as an adult, I'm like, wow, this mom stuff is making me super sad. And then I'm like, no, these crows are really rough. This is rough. Like, this is not like we're kind of being lenient. No, we're being rough. It's a rough watch.
What's wild is like they show up everywhere. I think like they're
a pivotal part of the story.
They show up in Disney. I'm sure they've shown up in like Looney Tune commercial or cartoon.
Oh
my god! You just made me start thinking about the WB Frog.
That race is kind of
yeah. And he was like a host. He was like a host.
Even in the Wiz, right? They're even in the Wiz. Like the crows are in the
my
Wiz.
god!
I really love the Wiz a lot.
But they're there too. Like I was like, who is their agent? Like who keeps booking these guys?
Oh my god! Well, I'm about to do it again. Never mind. But guys, let us know what you guys think.
Hey, aren't the crows that? I know I'm getting out of it. Aren't the crows the ones that actually give Dumbo his power though? Like,
well, they give him the placebo too.
Oh, is that?
I don't think they knew.
That feather didn't do a damn thing.
They didn't think it was gonna work. They just wanted to see him die. Like
what I'm saying is, the crows did not only just like show up.
Yeah,
they were throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, it was that ongoing joke. Like it was like watch me make this elephant jump off this roof. Watch this.
Yeah,
they were messing with him. No.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that and then the mom in a cage is like the worst thing.
That's the one. Yeah, that was the sad. Yeah, but guys, let me. Oh, I guess I don't know if there was anything about the vault. Pluto is what I watch. My old Western Gunsmoke Bonanza.
Yes,
my childhood reborn. Brianna goes on and says, no, I'm sorry, the first one that was from Stan Jeffrey. And then Brianna says, Disney invented scarcity marketing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a perfect way. That's scarcity marketing. Yeah. That's exactly what it was.
I vividly remember the Cinderella one, and I vividly remember being like, it'll never be back, Mom. Yeah. And she's like, it's fine. We're not buying that.
That vault doesn't exist. It's not that, just like Santa Claus and the vault. It's not real.
Oh my god! But no, I'll be really mad if I get an email that's like, "Hey,
what was
Captain
that?
EO is there.
What was that about Santa Claus?
Captain EO is in the vote right now. We will never see Michael Jackson
Captain EO.
is in the vote.
Oh,
You know,
my
Disney
goodness.
has done some crazy collabs, but that's for another day.
Wildest.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to talk about it another time, guys. What do you guys think about the Disney vault? Can we rescue Captain EO out of there? Can we get those crows some time out of the vault? Let us know what you guys think, and like I always say, guys, let's keep talking. But let's try and see if we can run down these Oscar nominated. Oh no, that's the wrong one. The Oscars are coming. The nominees just came out. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm only going to go through the ones that get that are considered the main categories. So, 2025 Oscars. The nominees are out. They came out the day before yesterday, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And people are already in uproar. Whenever this time of the year comes out, it's always, I can't believe that my favorite movie, which was like one of the only movies I saw this year, didn't get nominated, but all these other artsy fartsy movies. I mean, but I always say the same thing, guys. Did you see the movie? There's reasons why your favorite movie, like Transformers, didn't get all the Oscars. I mean, yeah, it got all the money at the time, but there's a reason why they don't get the Oscars.
Reason.
But we're gonna go through the nominees. Before we go through these nominees, anybody have any thoughts on what of what happened, what didn't happen? Was there a movie out that you're like, they got robbed, they got snubbed? Before we run down these,
I have one that people are saying was snubbed, but I don't think it was.
You don't agree? Well, let's save it then. We'll save that one.
Okay, I'll save it.
What about you, Rob? Any movie that you know of that you feel got snubbed or?
No, I don't really think. I can't really think of anything that I feel didn't get represented correctly.
Okay.
I would say, okay. So I think the
Craven
the Oscar. Yeah, but I thought the Oscars were like I thought they were like the best films, right? That came out the year, but really it's a committee that votes on them, correct?
There's a committee. Yes, there's a
committee.
In every category, there's a committee. For the best director, there's a group of directors in that committee that vote. And actors,
so I think that's where like people get lost in like, why wasn't this film made? It's because it's not. I thought that way too. I thought it was like, because if that was the case, then yes, Transformers would have been.
Yeah, if it was about popularity, then Transformers would have won all the Oscars.
It's a committee thing, so I think people keep that in mind. It's not really.
You don't want the average Transformer fan voting for best director. You want a group of directors voting for the best director. They kind of know, like you wouldn't want to trust my vote for best props. You want Rob's vote for that. He's the props guy. He's the expert. He knows what to look for. I'm just going to keep picking Kevin Smith movies.
But I think that's what makes it like so like prestigious. Because it's the people that have also won this award that also go, hey, we see your work.
Yeah, the experts in that field. I mean,
yes.
like costume experts are going to be the ones who are voting in the best costume. And stuff.
Yeah, the way I always explain it to people, I'm like, you know how Eminem has an Oscar? I'm like, he can't vote for all of the movies at the Oscars. I go, but he can vote for other people who've done music, which is what you want him voting in.
Okay, but I will say, like, since we bring up Eminem, is that I feel like the Oscars are what the Grammys are to Eminem, where he's like, I would lose to Kanye West, but why do I lose to Norah Jones? Like, so it's like if you are like, I don't know, Dune, and you lost to I'm Still Here, you're like, what?
Rob.
I do think that a lot of people this year have been, I think it's pretty spot on. I don't think there's many big, I really think about it. There might be a few snubs in like other categories, but I think it's pretty accurate this year, though.
Well, let's go through them real fast. We're gonna run down the list of them. You know what? I forgot to pull up my list here before I screw up big time. Because all I have on here is the pictures, but I don't have the actual. Because I can't remember the names of every movie.
Did
not
any
by
of you
sight,
see the Brutalist yet?
Say that again.
I didn't see the Brutalist yet. I think I'm going to go tomorrow if I have time.
So I'm going to start off with, starting off with visual effects, best visual effects. Let's see if I can get this on screen. Can you guys see me here on screen? You guys, am I still on?
Yeah, you're still here.
Okay. Is it coming up? There we go.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so best visual effects. We have Alien Romulus. We have Better Man, Dune Part 2, and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That they are nominated for best best visuals. Or best, I'm sorry, visual effects. Nominated for visual effects. I would not. I'm going to just guess. Let's just play a guessing game. I'm gonna just guess this is Dune's to lose. I think Dune should, based on what I've
Well,
heard.
I have a rebuttal for that.
You got to. I have a feeling I know what you're gonna say, but what's your rebuttal?
My only thing with now, I'm gonna say something here. I think Dune's a little pretentious. So Dune people don't come at me sideways. I don't know every little thing, but I do respect the fact that they were on location, and I think that might factor in more. But I think it should be Planet of the Apes.
Think Planet A. I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say A Better Man. I've heard that Better Man, even though I'm never gonna watch it, that those effects were Planet of the Apes level. That they did a great job with that. But everyone who's seen it, that's what whatever. I thought that's what you were about to say.
No, my mom really hated that. She doesn't like anthropomorphic things. The other day, it's funny that this is getting brought up and it's being nominated because I was lying to her and I was like, it's up for best movie of the year. I was like the chimp in the suit and the pop star. She was like,
they really taught that chimp how to sing.
Yeah, she was like, shut up. No, it's not. You're lying to me. And I was like, okay.
Monkeys
but I
on
think
horses. And now
if
they
that
have
goes-
suits.
if Dune loses to a monkey in a suit, I'm going to die. I'm going to fall over and die. But do you want to know if they win good for them?
Nobody else has an opinion, Rob. I mean, you're the props guy. I mean, what do you think about special effects? Is that one of the categories you're really into?
Yeah, I mean just the sheer undertaking of what was done. Planet of the Apes was definitely the biggest undertaking.
Yeah,
and was executed really, really well. I think Dune did really good, but I think there was definitely a little bit more shine through on some of the Planet of the Apes stuff. Just the hyper definition of the CG work was just, I think, a step above everyone else on the list. But Dune is definitely going to be the, I think is going to come after, is going to be the one directly under as far as.
I would say Dune first place, second runner up would be a close runner up would probably be the Planet of the Apes. And I wouldn't be surprised if it goes either way.
But shout out Alien Romulus for making the.
I would love it if Alien Romulus won, but I don't think it will.
I was excited to see that nominated. I was like,
that was
good for you. I like that.
I think like it's so weird. Like Better Man. It's such a like.
Stop trying to force Robbie Williams on America.
Yes, to steal a quote from Mean Girls. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Like we don't want.
Stop trying to make Robbie Williams happen. There was only one Rob Williams.
Yeah, I can agree with you that Dune would probably, because when I look back on Dune Part 2, Dune in general, right? Like the down to the aesthetics, the look, the clothing, the costumes, and the weapons. Oh man, it was just like. Yeah, I think it was like more, at least like it was a visual meal to me. I loved it. I ate it up. But Planet of the Apes, like got so much Planet of the Apes. There's so many.
But like Robert was saying, that just the amount that needed to be CGI, the amount of like mocap going on.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, go ahead.
I think I was gonna say Planet of the Apes, like it's definitely the event. Like when I go watch Planet of the Apes, man, it's an event film, and I know it's the Transformers of our day right now, right? Because it's so visual effects heavy. But I want to say the difference between those two things, Transformers and Planets, is that the visual effects are a lot more cleaner. So much time goes into them. And I was watching, I forget the actor's name, but I watched like so many interviews when he was talking about like the amount of work he put into walking like an ape.
And
Andy
he said, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there was him and there was somebody else. It was another guy. He played, I don't know if you guys seen Legion, but he played Michael in Legion. Like he came down and like the one about the angels and stuff like that.
Not Vision, the guy who plays Vision, is it?
No. But the Vision is in that movie, but
Yeah.
he played like Michael when he came down to stop Vision from doing whatever he was doing. I'm trying to remember what other he was the Blob in Wolverine Legends or Origins.
I know who you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. So he was I think he was like the king in this newest one or something like that, one of the apes. But like just the amount of work that went down that he had to do to become that, and like everybody else, the other cast, if we're talking about like. It's the scope of it is amazing.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say this. I think Andy Serkis has been robbed for not being nominated for any acting in those movies.
I agree.
Super overlooked.
You're Gollum, dude. You get shit for Gollum.
All those semantics about can we really give it to him because there's so much that goes into it. What about the guy who put the makeup on the digital this and just give him the damn Oscar. Give him his own honorary.
Oh my gosh! Oh my
He's
gosh!
Great.
But
He's iconic in everything he does.
But let's run down before we keep going for the next topic. We got animated feature, best animated feature film. Let me quickly. Oh, I can see it right. So we have Flow. Which I don't know what it is at all. Inside Out 2. We have there was let me pull it up. We have Inside Out 2. We have a Memoir of a Snail. Is it Memoir of a Snail?
Yeah.
We have Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and then the Wild Robot. I'm going to assume this is really between Inside Out 2 and the Wild Robot. That's what I'm going to assume, but I'm hearing that Flow might be the sleeper hit.
Ooh.
Wait, are you hearing something different?
No, I find that interesting because I think Wallace and Gromit might take this.
I wouldn't be shocked if they did because I feel like the Oscars is like, let's really piss them off.
Yes.
Yeah. Like
let's give it.
They're a classic. They've been around
Don't they
forever.
always win an Oscar though when they come out?
That's what I mean. I'm like, people like when they show.
Yeah,
you don't see Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
I don't see it beating Wild Robot even.
But
I think it's going to come down to Wallace and Gromit or the Wild Robot.
I know Wallace and Gromit win a lot, but when Disney they rarely miss though in this category.
That's true.
They rarely. So
I don't know. Wild Robot was interesting to look at too.
Yeah,
I'm going to watch it
one that
tomorrow.
I've heard other people talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting to just, even if you don't care, just look at and go, well, that was pretty. I really liked that. I'm
gonna watch it for the first time tomorrow with the kids. I've never saw it. I wanted to wait to watch it with them, so I'm gonna check that out. Moving on to that was the nominations for best animated. Let me move on to the next one real quick. An actor in a supporting role. Let me pull this up. Let's see. Where's our full screen? I had it. There we go. Actor in a supporting role. We have. Where's my list? Actor in a supporting role. We have Yura Borisov. I know I'm saying that wrong. For Anora. I got to see that movie. I haven't seen it yet. Mr. Culkin himself. Is it Kieran Culkin? Is a real pain. Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown. Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, and Jerry Strong in The Apprentice. Oh, I got the wrong image up here.
Yeah, you got the actresses up.
I got the actresses up here. Oh, my bad. I put the wrong guy. There we go.
I think it should, like, in my perfect world, it should come down to Karen and Guy Pearce, but because like Edward Norton doesn't need another Oscar, and
don't tell Edward Norton that.
He's. I mean, it's cool, man.
He's won before. What was it? Was it for American History X?
Did he win or did he get nominated?
I know he got nominated, but
has
he
got
won an Oscar?
Does he have an Oscar?
He might. I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
I feel like he does.
I think that's.
I was gonna say maybe Oscars. Edward Norton Oscars. Sorry, everybody.
I wouldn't. Now I've been hearing nothing but great things about.
He's only been nominated for Primal Fear, American History X, Birdman, A Complete Unknown. He's got 4 nominations, no wins.
Okay, I thought he won for Birdman, but even still,
I thought he did too.
So this might be maybe it's between Culkin and Norton. Anybody else want to take a guess? Who wants to put money on this one?
I'm gonna go Kieran Culkin, man. Culkin needs an Oscar.
So for him to officially be the superior Culkin.
Yes.
The
I'm
leader of
always
the
going to root
Culkin
for the
clan.
Succession boys, and I'm going to root for Kieran Culkin, but I feel like the difference with his is everybody's talking about his performance, but this movie isn't nominated for a ton, but his performance continues to get talked about and
Yeah.
got the nomination, which means it's very good. So I think it's going to come down to him, but I could see this getting political for Edward Norton. I could see people going, we need to give it to him.
He's
And he was great.
He was
awesome.
robbed for the Hulk. He should have got it for the Hulk.
Oh, come on. Good Lord.
You guys remember when Eric Bana was the Hulk? What a time.
What a time. What a time.
It was an odd time.
And it was okay. I think I skipped one. Yeah, it was actress in a supporting role. Okay, so let me go back and try to let me see if I can pull that image up real fast. Actress in a supporting role. There we go. I got it up there now. And here are the nominees. Actress in a supporting role. We have Monica Barbera for A Complete Unknown, Ariana Grande for Wicked, Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, and Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez. I would not be surprised. My two who I feel like are. Oh, maybe I have three. I'm feeling like this. I could not because I've seen these movies, but it's just the word and I guess the past awards. This is gonna be between. It's weird that I'm about to say this. Ariana Grande, Monica Barbera, and I want to say Zoe, but for some reason people are saying Isabella Rossellini when the 4 minutes that she was in this movie is probably gonna take
Wait,
it.
stop. Is that the woman in Conclave? Who's in? Because that should not be.
I've heard that she's only like got 4 minutes of
She's
screen
got
time.
2 minutes. Half of it is walking around.
That was a great
She's
walk.
not there.
Very well directed walk.
Very well directed. She's great. She's fine. I felt like Conclave shit the bed a little bit. I liked it. I'm raised super Catholic. I like seeing your traditional crap go on.
Yeah.
But when I saw that I understood Ray Fiennes being nominated, but I was like, what woman in Conclave? And I was like, oh, the sister who walks around with 5 teens? And I was like, she was fine, but what? I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought that was shocking. And Zoe Saldana, I've been saying this for 10 years, is the hardest working woman in Hollywood. She's living underwater with James Cameron, dealing with that.
She's the only actress in the world that's in the 2 highest grossing films franchises.
She was in Pirates of the Caribbean. She's been in major franchises nonstop for 2 decades.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
And she doesn't get the recognition of being in.
She never came back.
I'm just saying, if I was in her category, I'd be like, I don't think you take a break. I'm going to vote for you. I haven't seen her movie, but I'm like,
she is Hollywood's Nick Fury. Yeah.
She's Hollywood's Nick Fury.
Nonstop.
I think Zoe's.
She's the new Samuel L. Jackson. Yes, she's in every damn thing.
I think she's gonna win it. I don't want her to win it. Look, I know we've been like praising her. I'm personally not a fan of Zoe. So like,
Colombiana, come on.
Yeah. I can respect it, but you got to admit,
she's the Rhea Ripley of Hollywood. No.
False.
Honest, can I be honest though? Ariana Grande was really, really good.
I've heard.
Yes.
I cannot confirm.
She was really
Robert,
good.
did you see Wicked yet?
Me?
Yes.
No.
See?
I'm not a big musical person.
That's still that's still hearsay on this channel. Nobody can confirm her performance here.
Oh, I can confirm it, bro. I've seen it multiple times.
Was she really that good?
She was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
For
She
sure.
was good.
Better than that
musicals
walk
are hard to
that was done on the what was that other movie? That was that on Conclave. That was better than that 4 minutes.
110%. Listen, let me tell you.
100%.
I took my wife to go see that film. Immediately after, she was like, her breaking up that family was worth it. I was like, give me your popcorn and your soda. Get out this theater. Let's go. Come on.
I'm going to check this out. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check it out.
No, I will say Wicked was good. It was, and I'm not a theater person. I respect a good musical, but they're not my jam. But I do respect how hard they are to do. And at first when people were like, oh, there's going to be Oscar buzz, I was like, sure. I bet.
It
It's
made
wicked.
daughters turn daughters into believers. Yeah. All right, moving
It's
on to the
wicked, it's huge.
actress in a lead role. Actress in a lead role, we have Cynthia was it Elvira for Wicked?
Arrivo?
Carla. So we talking about Storm now, right? We're talking Carla. Sophia and Carla. I'm sorry, Carla Sophia. Is it Gascon for Amelia Perez? Mikey Madison for Honora, Demi Moore for The Substance, and Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here.
Hey, anytime a full film makes it.
I think it's between. I want Yara to. I'm thinking 'cause based on what I've heard. I'm thinking Mikey. Is it Mickey or Mikey? Mike. I think she's gonna take it, but I kind of want to see Demi win. I don't know why. I want to see her win.
Yeah, I want her to win. Like she did. Like again. This is like just favoritism. Like it's like I think she's like deserving of it. Listen,
wasn't she snubbed for Ghost or something like that?
Definitely snubbed for Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. 100%.
Right. I know I was at Full Throttle.
I haven't seen The Substance yet, but I've only heard good things, and I always respect. It's considered horror, right? It's not thriller,
psychological thriller, maybe.
It's so
okay.
Good. It's so good.
Hey, I love seeing that getting taken seriously. So shout out Demi Moore.
Yeah. But the way things are like, so like in the Hollywood Reporter, and like there's Netflix. I don't know I think Netflix probably just like bought the options for it. I don't know if they were really behind it, but there's been like so much like promotion for this Perez film that I feel like they're putting so much money behind it that I feel like it's going to clean up. And again, it's just like it wasn't that.
I think Wicked might.
No, yeah.
I would want it to, but I feel like they're gonna do that. Like I feel like they bought this this Oscar thing, man. Going.
Now, we also have to be realistic here. Viewership for that stuff is down. Wicked really popping.
This is true.
Let's get youngins hooked early to see their favesies win. And I'm not saying they wouldn't be deserving. I'm just saying I think that might be a factor when it comes to Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. And their performances were great.
She wins that Oscar, you ain't going to be able to tell Ariana nothing. She's going to be, I'm the Taylor Swift now. All right,
she's going to go for an EGOT if she gets
she's going to go for it.
Oh, wow. Okay,
moving on to actors in a leading role. We have, let's see, who do we have? Actors in a leading role. Is it Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet for Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes for Conclave, and Sebastian Stan playing the president on The Apprentice. Yeah. Who is going?
Well, I'm going to say this off rip. Just like with Kieran Culkin, this Sing Sing isn't nominated a ton, but Coleman Domingo is. So I'm like, your performance must be pretty great. And Ray Fiennes, I like you. I don't know. I feel like Conclave didn't hit like the upper mark for me, where I'm like, you're good, but I don't think this is great.
Yeah.
I think if Timothy Chalamet wins, he's going to get up there and be like, why wasn't my Dune director respected? You know, like, this shout out to my
I don't know what Timothy Chalamet is doing anymore, but I don't know. At first I thought A Complete Unknown would do really great, but I'm like, these might be a dogfight.
Yeah.
These categories.
I feel like Adrian might this might be his Oscar win. His second Oscar win. You know, like The Brutalist, it's like I feel like it's got design and it's about like, you know, like a survivor of World War II, right?
And he does really great in that category.
Yes, man, that's like his whole bag. So
his bread and butter.
You know, this whole other Ray Fiennes is usually I would be like, oh, this is gonna be Ray might get it, but you know the movie wasn't. I wasn't a fan of the movie, but I feel like it's gonna come down to like Adrian, Timothy, and maybe Sebastian, right? Because
you know Trump will lose his mind if Sebastian Stan wins. He's gonna hate it. He's gonna be like, shut it down. The Oscars it's gonna be the Twitter storm of the century because he hates that movie.
Sebastian's been doing the magic, right? He's been doing like the Oscar stuff, like the stuff that you want people to vote on, like every he's been kind of cleaning up at the other award ceremonies, and like he has the story of like this this immigrant kid, right? He came from Romania. His mom brought him here, and he's like, cut his teeth and made his way up. So he's got a wonderful story behind him in a sense. And so like I could see like whoever's like voting on this, like that pulling on the heartstrings and going like, okay, this guy needs it. Like he has the story. He's literally the American dream.
That's true. I haven't seen The Apprentice, but I've only heard really good things about it, but that it just wasn't popular in theaters. But that by critics talk, it's great.
Right. All right, moving on.
I think it's definitely between 1, 2, and 5.
Yeah,
are going to be the true runners for that fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Adrian Brody's one of my favorite people, and I don't know why. I just like him, but I'm like, not that this won't be good. I haven't seen it, but I've seen The Pianist. I've seen you do this type of film before.
Yeah.
I'd like to see somebody else kind of get out there, but it's Adrian Brody. He's still a huge contender.
He's still he's still a force. All right, best director we have Sean Baker for Anora, Brady Corbett is it Corbett for The Brutalist, James Mangold for A Complete Unknown, Jaquez Ardira, is it Ardard? I'm saying it wrong. My bad. For Amelia Perez and Coralie. I'm gonna brutalize this. Coralie, is it Fargay for The Substance?
It is now.
It is
now. There we go.
Just for now. It's okay.
I'm curious about this one, but like I said, because I haven't seen any of these films.
Oh.
But based on what I'm hearing, I'm wondering if Anora is going to, because there's so much momentum behind Anora, but I don't know what happened in the Film Actors Guild Awards or the what was it? They should have had the Directors Awards. Those awards ceremonies kind of give you a hint, because they're also in the Academy. They give you a hint to where their minds are and where they are. It kind of, unless you're Ben Affleck, I mean, he won every damn award for his movie, but then he didn't. He got best picture, but he lost best director. It was weird.
Fargo?
For Fargo, yeah, he swept every award except the Oscar.
Yeah.
But it's so, because sometimes an outlier can happen. What do you think, Rob?
I think The Brutalist might take this.
The Brutalist,
just because it's so new and fresh. And I think this director may be able to cut his teeth on this role.
Yeah, it's gonna, unless that sleeper hit for Amelia Perez is gonna come out of nowhere. You never know. It might, that might be the outlier. That might be the one that might surprise people.
I think like man, The Complete Unknown is the way James his directing, like the way he directs things and his look, his aesthetic. I love his aesthetic. I mean, everybody loved old like Logan, right? We could admit like everybody loved the way that looked. And then Carolee, she did there's this like it's kind of like I Spit on Your Grave, like that movie, but it's called Revenge. I don't know if anybody's seen that one. Revenge. That was her first movie, and this would be her second one, The Substance. And for like your second movie, and now you're Oscar
nominated. Yeah, that's
wild. But like her aesthetic is, I also like her aesthetic also. So like for me, I would want it to come down to like those two people.
You said it. Hold on, you said the magic word. I don't know if it's the soundboard's going to work. Let me see.
For me,
I don't know if the people can hear it, but yeah, whenever anybody goes for me, I have to push the button. There's a for me. There's a for me button. You probably couldn't hear it, but
yeah, I wanted to come down to those two people, but again, like this Perez movie, I feel like it's just got so much buzz. The Brutalist too. I feel like those two things, like I see their ads in the Hollywood Reporter, Inland Empire paper, and all the other stuff. So I feel like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing as movies, right? They're promoting their things and trying to get these votes in. But those are the two I would like.
So those are our top three, I guess, right there. So all right.
I think The Brutalist might take it, but I'm going to watch The Substance, I think. I'm going to try to watch it this weekend.
A Brutal Substance.
I'm rooting for that.
We'll check it out. So now let's move on to the last category. The big one. This is Best Picture. There's always 10. I don't know why they don't do 10 for everybody. I think everybody should get a nomination, right? But for the 10 nominees for the Best Picture, we have Anora, The Brutalist, Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Emily Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, Wicked. Last what? No. Okay.
No, I skip me for a minute. I need to take a moment.
It always 9 times out of 10 it comes down to whoever wins best director. That gives you a hint that that's probably going to be the best picture too. It's always weird when the best directed film doesn't win best film. It's always weird, but it's probably going to come down to that. I mean, so out of this list, which one of these movies is in the best director category? That's Nora. That's The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Emily Perez, and The Substance. Wicked isn't in the best director category. And I think that's one of the things that's got a lot of people upset.
I didn't realize that.
Is there a chance that it could happen again? A movie that wasn't nominated for for its directing might become the best picture. Could it happen again?
I think Wicked has what it takes. I'm like, again,
but how? If it wasn't if it wasn't good enough to be directed or nominated for its direction, why would it deserve best picture?
Okay.
Ooh, that's fair.
That's the political think of it, right? That's the technical think of it.
I feel like,
but it has happened.
Yeah, I feel like it's because I think the directors in like whatever director's gel is, right? John M. Chu, because I feel like him and Michael Bay, like if they could direct a good film, they both could obviously direct nominated films. However, I think like their presence is like, you guys are too like, just don't. This is like fine establishment. You guys are McDonald's. Like you guys
yeah.
You know
I kind of feel like they're looking at Wicked as a total like that.
Yeah, because like John M. Chu, he's mostly known for the Step Up series, and I think he did 2 Fast and the Furious. He's not really like the guy who's making the art piece kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? So I think like he is. I think they're just like, your movie was good, but we're not sure about you. So we're
that's true.
Over here.
Because
I think that fact of the art piece, the art piece is usually the one that takes this category.
Usually.
Yeah.
And to me,
that's your Nora. That's your Brutalist. That's the
what's the foreign film? I think that might take one of these categories, but not both.
Emily
but I think
Perez.
it's a possibility.
You mean Emily Perez?
No, the I'm Still Here.
Yeah.
Oh,
is that it?
But yeah,
I'm Still Here.
That's
Yes,
a foreign
that is
film.
nominated for Best Picture. Yes.
Yes, I think that might to have a foreign film make it that high in Best Picture and that's
9 times. Yep. That if history is any teacher, yep. 9 times out of 10, the foreign of movie is the one that does it. It pisses off all the what about my blockbuster here? Where's Wild Robot?
Yes.
Release the Snyder Cut.
I think that might be a sleeper sniper in the bushes that might come up.
The dark, I do to add on to that though, but I think the dark horse to this is going to be Nickel Boys, because I've been hearing like so much about it, and I'm gonna say something. Like
Jeff Bezos does not need an Oscar. No.
If you gotta bleep this, it's not a bad thing I'm gonna say, but I think like there's like this thing with like because Nickel Boys is like it's one of those like black suffrage films, right? And those usually glory and like stuff like that, like people they're like, I mean it's on, let's give it a check, it's gotta win, like you know what I mean? So I feel like it might that, and again, a lot of people I see a lot of its promotion on TikTok. Everybody's like, you swipe up and you see Nickel Boys, it's always there. So I feel like that might be the dark horse that comes out of nowhere, and everybody's like,
maybe, but it's weird. I feel like, because I understand, especially how people are feeling about how Dune.
Yeah, I forgot Dune was there.
Dune is in that category too. That might be the one that's going to knock it out. But the fact that I and a lot of people assumed that he was going to get a director nomination for that movie, and the actors
There's
are
weird
pissed.
things going on there. Yeah,
but Andre, you might have a point. It might have been that, like you said, we love what you did, we just don't like you for some weird reason. Like, there might be something political going on.
yeah,
there.
that's a fair critique.
Yeah.
I think
There was definitely not a lot of landslide stuff going on this year.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Not too much.
There's several contenders for a lot of these categories that are legitimate, duke them out. Let's see how they go. None of these, it's like, oh yeah, 100% they've got it. There's not much of that at all this year.
Before I let you go, guys, are you going to check out the Razzies for that Craven, for that
Joker
sweet
too.
Madam Web magic?
I think Joaquin and Gaga got announced or nominated too.
Oh yeah. I think when they play the clip for their performances, it should be the part of the movie where Joaquin Phoenix was like, "Please stop singing," which was my favorite part of the movie.
Production.
Oh man, this will be my first time I actually watched the Razzies.
Mm-hmm.
I think actors should like, I don't know if you guys remember, what years ago, Holly Berry, yeah, she was nominated and she went up to accept it. I think they should.
Yeah,
bring your damn Oscar.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, it's what do we know? We're just giving Razzies.
I would have so much
show
fun
up to the
with that.
Razzies with my high school participation trophy,
bro.
Right. I think that would be funny to just be like,
I think it would be great. Because at this point, I don't even think Oscars are like bargaining chips much anymore for like pay increase, especially like Adrena, the young lady she was the main character in Wish, like in the Disney movie Wish.
Mm-hmm.
She voiced it. She's an Oscar winner, but like everything she's done is like horrible, right? So I don't think the days of Denzel Washington and some and other actors like that, you win an Oscar, your pay increase. I think those days are done. Right, the age of the movie star is over.
Unless you're The Rock.
That's a different thing. We talked about this earlier, right? The Rock has a different bargaining chip, and that is a guaranteed audience because he comes from the WWE. Like, you're putting him in the main seat because he has much like Tom Cruise, he has like a prepaid audience. Like, they're gonna go.
Best WWE actor. Who is it?
Batista now.
Batista.
Right?
There you go. Okay, you are invited back. Yes, sir.
I feel like there's been some gems. I'm trying to think because it isn't The Rock. Yeah, would it? Yeah,
The Rock is because
I love The Rock,
but his performance in like Faster I think is underrated. Even though he doesn't say much, but the way he emotes, but there's a good actor in there.
I think Cena has amazing comedic timing.
Yeah, comedic timing, but acting.
Yeah, I think it's Batista. I think The Rock, Will Smith, Tom Cruise, or like I don't know who else I would add in there, but right now they're like the three like last movie stars.
Mm-hmm.
Like people will turn out for them. So I think the Rock is gonna like play his role as that, but actor for sure it's Dave Bautista. I mean, the first like 10 minutes of Blade Runner, right? When he's in there and he's like, I totally forget that he's like this big strong guy because of the dialogue he's having with Fudge with Ken, because I can't forget Ryan Gosling, right?
Ken. So, I didn't even think that was weird when you said it.
Yeah.
Just Ken. Just Ken.
Just Ken. That's just like acting right there. You know,
that's
like
fair. No, I forgot about that. You're absolutely right.
And,
sorry, am I cutting you off, Andre?
No. Go ahead.
No, you reminded me because you said Denzel Washington. Everybody's saying Gladiator 2 got snubbed. I don't think it did. I thought it was.
This got nominated for Best Costume.
Best costumes, yes, but people are mad for Denzel Washington. People are saying that it should be, and I'm like, Gladiator is one of my favorite movies of all time. I was glad that I was just entertained and enjoyed the sequel, but I thought Stranger Things, Eddie Munson. I thought everybody was really good, but I'm like, this ain't
snubbed in A Quiet Place. Day one snubbed.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think any of that is. I don't think any of the things Gladiator didn't get nominated for. Was a snub. I don't. And some people feel like it really got snubbed. I'm like, I don't think it did.
Do you guys believe that the Oscars and the Razzies should like work together? Like the Razzies should play right before the Oscars? I think they should merge and like Like I know they won't because the Oscars they're going to be too snooty about it. But
Yeah,
it would be fun. You pick but they don't want to burn bridges and piss off because today's Razzie winner could be next year's Oscar winner. So it's like
for sure.
they probably don't want to do that.
That's the fun part about it.
Live streaming on Netflix, the Razzies.
Yeah.
Now I'm
paying
back.
$25.
Get the Razzies out the vault. Yeah, I'm gonna churn for that Razzie.
For the Razzies,
sweet Razzie.
I think it should be right after the Oscars. Like they should do. Like
that
I think
would be funny.
I think it'd be so funny if somebody like if somebody who's previously won an Oscar nominated for this year's Razzies and they got the Razzie speech while holding the Oscar they won previously. Clearly I'm a good actor, but this was
there you go. I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah. It all depends on how those guys play it off. If they can win a Razzie with some humility and make it entertaining and fun, cool. Yeah. But there's a lot of egos.
There's a lot of hurt feelings.
So yeah,
they're not all Holly Berry.
Listen, with all this
Ryan Thurman would never.
Lively stuff going on and this Justin Baldoni crap. I think there's some humility that's needed in Hollywood right now, and not to be taking this stuff so seriously. So the Razzies is go accept your Razzie, please.
Right.
I'm kind of shocked to not be. If I was the Razzies, I would have nominated Blake Lively just
for fun. Wow, you're really trying to piss off Ryan right now, aren't you?
Yeah, just let's piss everybody off. And I don't know how you get picked for a Razzie. I think it's audience, but no, I would have thrown that in there just to be like,
that's funny.
Let's bank off this person being an ass.
Yeah, right. I mean, Ryan Reynolds said it best. And what was it? That National Lampoon's movie. What was that movie that he did? He said, "Never take life too seriously. You'll never get out alive." Words to live by.
I feel bad that I'm half of California's burnt down.
Yeah.
Are a lot of people even going to be able to some people's homes are gone. So that's I really think that's going to affect the Oscars too.
That's true.
Their previous Oscars are melted.
Yeah.
Well, maybe everybody's going to really be. I see some crazy Oscars. Well, Will Smith slapped somebody. Maybe we'll have an all-out brawl this year.
Yeah. I think at the very least, at the very beginning of the show that they're going to probably start with that. Let's talk about the home people whose homes were lost and things like that. Yeah.
Would you go if your whole home just burned down? And all your memory? I'd be like, and you want me to go to the Oscars? I don't know if I'm going to go.
That would be fucked. Oh my God, that would be funny. Where am I supposed to put this?
Yeah. Right. I'm like, people might just be upset.
Yeah.
And not. And so I'm like, I think that'll be they should.
The Oscars, the money from the Oscars should go to those people who had their insurance cut off right before their homes burned down purposely. That's what they should do. They want some good PR. The proceeds will go straight to all those people who had their insurance purposely pulled away from them when the insurance company realized that they were going to have to fork over all that money.
I couldn't imagine losing everything and every memory I have and then still having to deal with bullshit insurance people. I feel so bad. Let me tell you,
speaking as somebody who's in California, they will still show up to the Oscar. I don't know. There's this thing. Yeah. Hollywood thinks they're so
important.
Yes, so they will be. It's the idea of we're gonna still do this to show that we're okay and we can still carry on. And
the show must go on.
I'm only accepting this Oscar so I don't get fined.
Yeah, those type of things. And you're going to get a lot of people saying accepting their Oscar award and then talking about the fires and whatnot.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people on the other side of the Palisades who are not wealthy and stuff that you don't see a lot of. We're seeing all these $1 million houses and whatnot. And I think also for these actors who had houses burnt down, for the people getting awards, at least I feel like that was just probably house number 2.
Right.
No, don't get me wrong. When I was talking about the people who lost their insurance before their house was burned down, I wasn't talking about the actors. I was talking about regular.
But
we
actively mean people who truly lost everything.
110%.
Yeah, I feel bad for them, but I always feel a certain type of way whenever what's her name? Whitney Cummings was I know it's sad. I know it sucks. But you're in a situation where if you wanted to, you probably could replace everything the very next week or something.
Right.
There's millions of other people who are lost. And I still feel bad for you, but I don't feel like I'm not going to watch a TikTok of a millionaire.
It's funny you say that because I don't comment on a ton of TikToks, but hers, I literally commented and I was like, are you really crying from your podcast studio?
Yeah.
While people are losing their home?
I get it. And those are her feelings. Those are her memories. And they were valid. But
let me tell you guys. Okay, let me just be honest. If I'm really upset, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, my stuff over. I'm going to be like, I need my baby pictures and my birth certificate and my pet. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, my Game of Thrones poster. Oh, like, what are you talking about?
What if
go get your shit.
It's a bad theory, but what if she was really fishing for just free replacements for afterwards? Like, take stock, sponsors, look around, sponsor. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's true. Honestly, that would have been smart. I probably would have respected that.
If you guys ever stumble upon this video, there's a video out there that actually of Mel Gibson and perfect. It's what somebody's response from Hollywood should be about the fires. Is like he's doing press, he's doing something, but he's like sitting next to the real gangly British guy that was in what is that movie? Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh yeah, the guy with the
Russell
hair.
Brand. He's sitting next to Russell Brand, and he goes to his phone. He's like, "My house is on fire." And Russell Brand goes, "What? Really?" He goes, "Yeah."
Which one?
And then he just carries on. What does it matter to him? What does it matter to him?
House number 5.
Could you imagine? Just go
perfect. Imagine perfect response because he has the money to replace that. Right? He's not trying to pull tears. He didn't jump up in the middle of this thing. It was like, it's burning. He was just like, yep, it's on fire.
Burning to the ground. Right.
Was it the quote from John Wick 4? Was it? Such is life, right?
Such is life.
Such is life. All right.
Okay, before we go, Andre, I got to shout you out for having a goddamn Sleepers poster. Shout out Sleepers. What a gem that I watched way too young. And if you want to have a depressing night, watch Sleepers. So good.
You know what? That gives me a good idea. But as we sign off, I want everybody. I'm gonna start with Andre as we sign off. Andre, let everybody thank you guys for watching us. We like to rant. This is exactly what the spirit of this channel started off with. Just guys and girls just ranting on their favorite stuff and nostalgic moments and movie quotes and all those deep cuts that we do. And thank you guys for helping me with that. Andre, if people want to find you online, there's 2 questions. Where can they find you online? Where can they support you online? And 2, what other, besides Sleepers, what other deep cut can you pull from behind you?
Oh, geez, man, damn it. Okay, so you can find me on Cinema X Vex on TikTok. You can find me on YouTube at the Nerd Militia. That's pretty awesome. And then another deep cut. Jeez, let me look behind me really quick, and I'll see what I. Oh, here it goes. Right now. For the longest time, I'm trying to make this really quick. For the longest time, I thought Sky High was a sequel to this Disney film that might also be in the vault, but up and away.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Nobody talks about it.
and since Abby was panicking, looking around her to see what she can pull, I'm gonna go with her. Abby, people want to find you online. Where can they find you? And what deep cut prop do you have behind you that you? Did you do your homework?
I'm on YouTube at Motor City Nerds, and I'm Abby Anarchy on all the other fun platforms, and it's all spelled normal. But I'm trying to think,
is that the Predator?
Which one? I got one there too. I got 2 Predators. I got a bunch of Predators. Yeah, this is wherever he is. Where is he? Oh, right there. I love Predator's my favorite movie of all time, if you guys wanted to know. But I got this. Oh, I got a couple good things back here. I didn't realize. This is my signed Joe Dante Gremlins poster. Because Joe Dante directed my favorite movie of all time, which is The Burbs.
Subscribe to Netflix.
The Burbs and Predator are my favorite movies of all time. And yeah, so I got my Joe Dante stuff. I got some cool stuff, but
what was that he said? What was that he said on the Gremlins 2? Nick at Night, HBO. Now it'll be Netflix.
Seriously. I liked that Mogwai show on HBO though, but that's another day.
Okay. All right, good. I'll have to check it out. All right,
Yeah.
Robert Reed, people want the king of the props, the props master himself. If people want to find you online, where can they do so? And what deep cut do you have behind you that you want to share with us?
You can find me on the socials at RXR Props. And deep cut, we've got one. Oh, no, this side. Wait. Where is it? Right.
Like,
there.
it's my finger. No.
Yeah. This one and this prop that's back here, that one. Elysium, Neil Blomkamp film. Really underrated gem there.
Matt Damon, right? Is that the? Yeah.
That's cool. That Terminator you have is sick.
Thank you.
That's really
He's
cool.
all like, wait, what Terminator? What? Oh my god.
No, everybody's got super cool stuff, but I was like, I saw that Sleepers behind Andre, and I'm like, that is not hyped up enough.
Yeah, it is a sleeper for sure.
It's literally a sleeper, and I watched it way too young. But
I'd say,
anyway.
hey, same here. So I always people are like, so here's a fun fact. I've never like smoked weed, nothing like that, right? And everybody goes like, why? And I'll go like, well, I watched a movie called Sleepers when I was a kid.
And Kevin Bacon, drunk guys.
And my dad had me watching like Blood In, Blood Out, and like I just knew that prison wasn't for me. So like
Not for me.
I just stayed away from things.
For me.
For me, like I wasn't about that life. Like
Wasn't my jam.
wasn't for me now.
I would say, Chris Fagan, obviously you can find me on all the socials at T3 Media Studios or at Chris W. Fagan on all the socials if you want to reach out to me personally. I guess I would say my Gargoyles thing that's going on back there. I love my Defenders of the Night, but I'll give another shout out to The Fifth Element. I would say right before the show that I did my Ruby Ride when I said Andre, my man, what was that? It was bad. It had no fire, no energy, no nothing. Favorite movie right there. So I'll do. That's gonna be my deep cut. That's an obvious one for me.
I
But,
just restarted Gargoyles, Chris.
Okay,
I mean, the Defenders of the Night. I love my Gargoyles. Oh, and I got my new Ahsoka hot toy. There we go. That's
nice.
That's my.
I'll say
That's my first hot toy.
My deep cut for Robert, for me personally, is that money bag.
For me,
That is cool.
That's like it's like I've just been marking out for everything that's behind Robert. Like I'm like, is that 209 behind you? Is that like that? Like it's like a money bag. Just
Is that the bong from Half Baked?
yeah.
That's awesome.
So I'll put that money bag in when I cosplay as Doc Ock.
Yeah.
I'll put the money bag in one of the claws,
Of
and that's
course.
where I carry all my con crap that I buy in the money bag.
There you go.
So brilliant.
Andre was like, "Did you just rob a bank in the 1920s with that's?"
You have a striped outfit?
He's like, yeah, I did. I have this time machine, but I'm like, no, wait, the money bag.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's focus on the money.
let's
What's the money bag?
Rob's got a functioning flux capacitor back there. He's like, but that bag, what is the cotton? What is the what's that made out of?
What is that made out of?
Yeah.
So the ZF1 was a actual flamethrower at one point in time until my wife saw that video and she's like, "No, you're taking that apart."
Yeah. I don't mind you having a functioning T1000 in the house, but you got to take that flame.
Yeah,
Take that
flamethrower
flamethrower
versus
out here.
blue line.
I draw the line at flamethrowers.
I draw the line at flame. That's gonna close the show.
Sure.
T3 Media Studios. We draw the line at flamethrowers, guys. Thanks for checking us out. We know we went way past my typical tight 30 show, but we got a lot of great content over here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys in the chat for keeping it moving and whatnot. As always, watch us on all the socials. Like this video, subscribe, become a subscriber if you want more content. And like I always say, let's keep talking. Check us out on Twitch, on all the socials, and just show support, show some love. Follow us on all those things. Our podcast, write a review, something. This was the greatest show ever. I love the fact that Andre was obsessed with the money bag for a weird reason. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, just let us know what you guys think. Follow everybody on the show on all their socials as well. So for Robert Reed, for Abby, Motor City Nerd, and for Andre, for a first time here on the show, appreciate it. Again, thank you for checking out. I hope you guys all come back again soon. Till next time, guys, don't say anything as the outro goes off because they can still hear you. Peace. Thank you guys for watching our video. I really do appreciate it. Remember, you can support our show by becoming a member or a Patreon. So click the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you'll never miss out on when we go live or post new content. Let's stay connected, grow this community together. Like, subscribe, comment, and let's keep talking. Giggling will be a part of the show from now on. All right, let me end it. There we go.